Right, so Pilates, okay? You're going to work through your core, help to lengthen and strengthen through your lumbar spine. We're going to work at all levels. If you've got knee problems, back problems, I'm going to give you some options as we go. So just work to where you feel comfortable. Slightly on the wonk. I like to have things straight, you know what I'm like. Not OCD, but it's got to be perfect. Okay. Standing nice and upright, nice and tall, shoulders down and relaxed, toes and knees point forwards. And gently rock from side to side, forwards and backwards, making sure you've got an even distribution of body weight across both of your feet. You don't feel lopsided, you don't feel like you're leaning. So you're in a central position and you're going to find your neutral spine. So you're just going to tilt your pelvis forwards and backwards. You're trying to find the position where your back feels the most comfortable, straight line from the head down to those heels. And then we find and engage our core muscles. So the pelvic floor, the muscle from within which you'd use to stop mid-flow. Imagine that that muscle is attached to a lift and you're going to draw it up from within to floor number 10. You're going to lower it down to floor number 5 and then down to floor number 3, and that's where you leave it. So you've gone from a 100% engagement at floor 10 down to a 30% engagement at floor number 3. So you know you're holding it, but you can maintain it. Then imagine you've got a belt around your middle, 10 notches on your belt. Pull that belt in, notch number 10. Take it out to notch 5, out to notch 3, and leave it there. So again, mild tension around the centre of the body. Now, holding from the core and keeping neutral spine in place, you'll need to breathe from your rib cage. So you're going to place your hands on your ribs, fingertips touch. You're going to take a breath in, open through the hands, and release. Lateral thoracic breathing. Good, and release. I'm going to remind you of all of that as we go. So staying in your upright position, begin to pedal through your feet, one side to the other, raising up an alternating heel. Allow your shoulders to gently rotate one way and then the other. And place the feet down, lift all the way up onto your toes, lengthen the body and release. Lift up, lengthen your body and release. One more time, lift and lengthen and release. So you're going to step your legs out for me, please. Make sure your knees are soft and you're just going to transfer your weight from one side to the other, making sure the knee doesn't go over the toe. And then you're bringing one arm forward and round, so you're mobilising around your shoulder and change the arm over. Now just be careful that your feet don't slip, okay? And you're going to hold it in the middle this time. Bring the arms out, breathe in, breathe out, lower to one side, look to the hand. Breathe in, come to the middle. Breathe out, go the other way. Breathe in, come to the middle. Breathe out, lower down, look to the fingers. Breathe in, come to the middle. So we're lengthening through the waist and always returning ourselves, last one here, back into a central position. Good. And then from here, you're going to gently walk those feet forwards, shoulders down and relax. You're going to bring your arms up. Now keeping your hips nice and still, you're going to take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to rotate one way. You're going to breathe in and return. I'm trying to start my watch, sorry. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in to return. You've got to keep your hips nice and still. So when you rotate, you're not going all the way round. You're just mobilising through the spine, keeping the pelvis in place. Take one last one here, and then into the middle, release the arms. Find your balance, just gently hold on to something if you need to. Bring one leg up, just allow your ankle to rotate in one direction and the other direction. Good, and then place that foot down. Find your balance, bring the other leg up, ankle rotates one way and the other. Lovely. Holding it in the centre, then place that foot down. So you're standing towards the back of whatever it is you're rolling onto. If you've got a blanket or a mat or something down. Breathe in, you're going to tuck your chin into your chest. Breathe out, you're going to gently roll down through your back. Soften your knees. Allow your arms to hang and relax. And then when you're ready, you're going to begin to roll back up through the spine. Rebuild your back vertebrae by vertebrae. Reach the top and relax the shoulders down. Breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, begin to roll down through your back. Softening of the knees, allow the arms to hang and relax. And then when you're ready, carefully allowing yourself to roll all the way gently back to the top. So we're going to be rolling down this time and making our way down to the floor. So breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently roll down through your spine. And at your lowest point, you're going to walk your hands forward and down, lowering down onto those knees. Nice flat tabletop back. Core muscles zipped up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, push one leg back. Breathe in and draw that leg back in. Changing legs, breathe out, push the leg back. Breathe in and bring it back in. Now when you push your leg away, it goes as far as comfortable without actually moving any other part of the body. So the leg pushes out and then it draws back in. Next level, breathe out, fully extend and then raise. Not too high, no higher than the bottom. Breathe in, touch the toe down and draw it back in. Next option, slide. Opposite hand out along the floor. Toes touch down, arm and legs slide back in. Last option here, you're going to raise the extended arm at the same time as the leg. Now you are using any of these options. If you feel like your body weight is dropping to one side, go back down a level, okay? If you feel like you're still in level 1 with just the leg pushing out and in, and you still feel like you're leaning, focus on one leg for 5 breaths and then change legs instead of keep alternating. But as long as you're happy, work at the level where you feel comfortable, strengthening through the core and the lumbar spine. Deep, full breaths from your rib cage. Good. So in your swimming, I would like you please to complete 1 more on each side. And once you've completed those 2, we're going to come down to a level 1 leg pull. So we're going to be doing a single leg kick, okay? So, even if you normally do level 3 leg pull where you're up on your hands, I don't want you to go there, okay? I want you to stay down. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to draw your pelvis up. Now, if you do nothing else, stay here. Otherwise, you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to lift one leg. You're going to bend, lengthen, and lower. Breathe out to lift, breathe in to bend, out to lengthen, into lower. So that one leg is coming up without allowing your hips to drop from one side to the other. You go a bit more at an angle, so you may be able to see a bit better. Lift, bend, lengthen, lower. Alternate each leg each time. If it's too much, do it with no leg lift. Just hold the knees down, okay? Draw up through the belly button so you're tightening right around the centre of your body. So you've either got your one leg kick or you're just holding a leg pull. When you lift that leg, don't let that bottom push up. Everything else stays in place. So if you're kicking, do one more on each side. And once you've completed those two, you're going to carefully lower all the way down onto your front. So when you actually do this, this is called a rear deltoid squeeze. Your forehead is going to be down. You're going to bring your arms down to your sides. Big toes touch, heels out. Bottom stays relaxed, legs stay down, okay? So breathe in. Breathe out, peel up the chest. Shoulder blades back and together, palms face down. And then breathe in to lower. So breathe out, peel up, and at the same time, rotate your arm, your wrist, so that your palms, when you're up, are facing the floor, and when you lower, they're facing the ceiling. But it's all from one breath out, one movement, okay? It's not a separate lift, twist, twist, lower. It's all one controlled movement. Belly button drawn up. Breathe out to lift, shoulder blades back and together. Breathe in to lower. Now remember, don't just drop down because you'll hurt your nose. Keeping that belly button drawn up through your spine. Keeping the legs nice and still. Relax the bottom, don't clench through the glutes. Breathe out, lift and squeeze and rotate. Breathe in, rotate and lower. Rear deltoid squeeze. And I'm going to ask you please for 2 more of these. Once you've done your 2, bring your arms back through. So we will come back to leg pull. No kick this time, okay? So level 1, pelvis up, knees down. Level 2, knees up. Hold and breathe. Level 3, if you want it, you're coming up onto those hands. Don't let the pelvis drop down, okay? But also don't have the bottom in the air. So you're choosing your level. If you begin to shake or wobble, it's a sign of muscle fatigue. So have a rest and then join back in when you're ready. We're strengthening through the core. Draw up through your belly button. So in your level, please complete 3 more breaths. Once you've completed your 3, gently lower and turn onto one side. So you're coming down and you're going to lengthen your body out. You're going to rest your head down on your arm. Your fingers down to your toes, one long straight line. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. This hand is there for your balance, okay? Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both legs without rolling forwards or back. Breathe in, your top leg. Breathe out, lift up. Breathe into lower. And again, top leg. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to lower. Now you make that harder by taking away the supporting hand. The core muscles have to engage, otherwise you'd be rolling around the floor. Bottom leg is lifted and still. Any problems, you could always keep the bottom leg down. Now if you want to go further, we're bringing that top arm over. Breathing out as the leg raises, in as it lowers. One more option here. As the leg comes up, the arm comes up, fingers point to the ceiling. Breathe out to lift, breathe in to lower. Get your arm all the way back down to your head. My desk is in the way, unfortunately. Good. Breathe out to raise, into release. Long, long line through the body. Don't tilt the pelvis. Engage the core. Keep that neutral spine in place. As soon as your leg raised, your oblique, your waist began to work, okay? So even if you don't manage to move your leg, even this held position is working your core and your obliques, okay? And you're going to take one more for me, please. Legs together, lower the arm back down, release the legs down. You're going to tuck the bottom leg underneath, okay? Your top leg is straight. This time I would like your toes pointing directly ahead. So the sole of your foot is facing the side of the room, okay? Now breathe in. As you breathe out, raise that top leg only. Bottom leg stays down. Breathe in, breathe out and circle the leg. Don't roll the whole body. Circle from the hip. Breathe in and hold. And then breathe out and go the other way. Now we're aiming for 5 rotations from one single breath out. So it's a small, fast circle rather than a slow, large one. Hand is there for balance. Take it away if you don't need it. Don't forget, every time you stop, you're coming back in the other direction. Rotate round the leg through the hip. One leg circle. I'm going to ask you, please, for one more set of rotations in each direction. Then you can allow that leg to lower. And just give that hip a little bit of a rub if you'd like to. When you're ready, you're going to come up to a seated position. So, legs are bent, feet are down. So we're going to do this, so we've got a neck pull. So we're going to be strengthening and lengthening through the back of the neck as well. And we're doing it from this seated position. Legs are bent, feet are down, feet and knees hips distance apart, hands are down by your sides. Now, when we're breathing in tilt, we're also taking the chin into the chest. Breathe in, tilt back. You're lowering as far as comfortable. Then breathe out and raise one arm. Breathe in, place the hand down. Then breathe out and roll back up. Breathe in and tilt, chin to the chest. Breathe out, bring the other arm up. Breathe in, place the hand down. Breathe out, roll all the way up. So you're alternating from one hand to the other. You've got to have those hands back down before you rebuild. Next option, both arms come up, hands go down, and then we rebuild. Rebuild, lowering to your point of tension. That's to the point where your tummy says, I can't go back any further. Now if you normally do Pilates, you'll know on a roll up, this one, our chin stays off the chest and we're able to go all the way back. But simply by bringing the chin in and changing, shortening the spine, because we've allowed the neck to come over, we've then limited ourselves to how far we can go down, okay? And that just shows you how the mechanics of the body works. It gives you less leverage, okay? So you've got one or both arms coming up. So just back to your point of tension. Don't allow these knees to wobble or these feet to move or lift. I felt like Kenny Everett then. There's going to be a few people that are going to go, I don't know who that is. Don't, because I just feel really old now. Breathe in and tilt. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in, hands down. Breathe out, come back up. So in your neck pull, do one more for me, and then come back to your seated position. So we're going to bring the hands behind us. Have your fingers point towards your bottom. and tuck the arms behind, okay? From here, you're just going to come up into a tabletop position. So this is our reverse leg pull. If you want to go further, lengthen the legs, but don't drop the pelvis, okay? Now, if you can't come up, if you've got carpal tunnel or elbows are bad, just push back into the arms and hold there instead. Otherwise, you're all the way up into that reverse leg pull, tabletop position. Try not to let your bum drop. Try and pull it up. Strengthen through the core. Keep the chin off the chest. You're going to take 3 more deep full breaths. And then you can carefully lower all the way back down. Once you're down, feel free to give those shoulders a little bit of a roll. We're going to do one more in a seated position, and this is called a can-can, okay? I'm not sure if I've done this one with you online yet before. So you sit nice and straight, and you're going to bring your legs together, okay? You're going to tilt the pelvis under and bring the legs up so your toes are pointing to the floor. If you need to, keep the toes in contact with the floor. But if you can, just above the floor, okay? Then from here, breathe in. As you breathe out, leg comes across towards the opposite side of the room. Breathe in, come to the middle. Breathe out, other leg kicks across. Breathe out to kick across. Breathe in to return. Breathe out to kick across. Breathe in to return. Harder. Both legs are going to go together. Always coming back to that central position. Breathe out to kick. Breathe in to return. Try and keep both sides of the bottom on the floor. Okay, so you're not lifting up, you're not rocking from side to side. Core muscles are in place. Tailbone is tucked under. The can-can. Very single leg option. Or your double leg option. I'm going to ask you please, if you're doing one leg at a time, for one more on each leg. If you're doing both legs together, you can do just one more. And then please carefully lower all the way down onto your back. Lengthen your legs out. Point the toes away. All I want you to do is raise one leg 6 inches from the floor, hold and breathe. Shoulders down and relaxed. Your core muscles are tightened and keeping that leg raised. Breathe in, point the toes towards the body. Breathe out, point the toes away. Breathe in, bring the toes towards the body. Breathe out, point the toes away. Now, if you are strong enough, as long as your lower back is comfortable, you can have both legs raised, both legs lifted, point and flex the toes. Now, if you're having both legs lifted, you've still got to have neutral spine in place. You'll do one more with this leg, and then we will allow it to lower, and then we lift up the other leg. Breathe in, toe points towards you. Breathe out, toe points away. Shoulders down, relaxed, core muscles zipped up, pulled in and in place. Now also, if you've got both legs lifted, you mustn't allow your tummy muscles to dome, which means to round them upwards. You've got to keep drawing them down, okay? So you're allowing that foot, point the toes in, point the toes out. Breathe in, breathe out. Strengthen the core, engage the core. Neutral spine, back still comfortable. Do one more for me, please. If you've got both legs lifted, one leg at a time down. Once those feet are down, allow those legs to bend. Good. So, You've got your legs bent. You're going to bring one leg up to a right angle position. Make sure your back still in neutral. You should be able to touch your fingertips together unless you've got an excessive curvature of your back. That tends to be like for dancers, gymnasts, things like that, okay? Comfortable back. Right angle in the knee. You should be able to reach the knee. If you want to stay here, this is the 100, then that is enough. If you want to go further, you can raise the other leg. Make sure you're still in neutral and hold it from here. If you want to go further, bring up the upper body. Chin is off the chest. Arms are raised, palms face down. Breathe in. Breathe out, push the hands towards the floor. Breathe in as you breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now you could have the pulse with just the one leg raised, okay? Or both legs. If you've made it to here and you want to go further, you can take your legs out to 45 degrees. Remember, your starting level, raised, held and still, and focus on your breathing. So whichever level you've chosen for your 100, I'm going to ask you for 2 more breaths. If your legs are extended, you need to bend them. If you've got both legs lifted, you're going to keep up your original leg and then lower the upper body down. So we've got the original leg that we had raised up, okay? So from here, we're going to do a scissor. You're going to breathe in, keep the leg bent. As you breathe out, touch the foot down. And as you breathe in, lift it up. We are not moving our knee. Our movement is coming right from the top of that leg through the hip flexor. Breathing out as you lower, in as you raise. Next level, both legs raised. And you could alternate here. Next level, one is up, one is down. And then cross over, you've got it like a pair of scissors, hence the name. If you're staying at that base level with just this one leg raised, you're going to do 2 more, then you'll allow that foot to lower. If you've got both legs raised, 2 more, and allow 1 foot at a time to come back down. Once you've got your feet back on the floor, breathe in. Breathe out, lift up the other leg, right angle, shoulders down and relaxed. Deep, full breath, strengthening through the core. Breathe through the rib cage, yes? Stay here if it's enough. If you want to go further, bring the other leg up. Still got neutral, still got your core muscles in place. Want to go further still, upper body up, breathe in. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in and hold. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Further still, we breathe to bring these legs out to 45 degrees. Still maintaining neutral, making sure those tummy muscles haven't domed upwards. Or, one leg raised with the pulse. Or no pulse, just keep that leg raised. So in your 100, at your level, please complete 3 more breaths. Once you've done your 3, if you've got your legs extended, you need to bend them. If you've got both legs lifted, the leg you've already worked goes down, upper body lowers. Keeping this leg bent at a right angle. Breathe in. Breathe out, touch the foot down. Breathe in, same leg comes back up. Shoulders down, relaxed, core muscles in and in place. And as this leg moves, other leg stays nice and still. Don't wobble the knee. If you want to go further, you've got both legs raised. You can just keep the same leg going, or you can alternate. one leg then the other. Breathe out as you lower, in as you raise. Next option from there, the legs will cross. One goes up, one goes down. Always coming back to where they started without bending through, without moving your knee. Your leg stays bent at a right angle. And I'm going to ask you please, for 2 more breaths, 1 foot at a time comes down if you've got them both raised. Good. Head, neck and shoulders stay down. You're going to bring those heels very slightly closer to the bottom, okay? Shoulder bridge. You're going to breathe in and just tilt the pelvis under and then breathe out and release. Breathe in, tilt the pelvis under, breathe out and release. So we're going to breathe in and tilt, and then we're going to peel the spine off the floor, coming up to a ski slope position. Relax the bottom, don't clench it. Breathe in, breathe out. We slowly begin to lower the spine, beginning with the vertebrae at the top first. Carefully lower it all the way down, tailbone comes down last. Breathe in and tilt, breathe out, peel up. Breathe in at the top, breathe out, begin to gently lower through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone comes down last. So you can always imagine your spine as a string of pearls, and you're placing each one down, pearl by pearl. And when you get to the last one, gently release it down. Don't drop it. Shoulder bridge. Option here, stay up, breathe in, bring one leg up, bend. Breathe out, place the foot down, breathe in, breathe out to gently lower through the back. Breathe in, tilt, breathe out, come up, ski slope. Breathe in, bring the other leg up, breathe out, place it down, breathe in, breathe out, lower the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. So that leg raise is an option here. You don't have to add it. You could lift it, place it down, and then bring the other leg up and down before lowering the spine. Up to you. So you can adapt it to work where you feel comfortable. Likewise, if you don't want to lift one of the legs up, you don't have to. Always lowering down on the out breath, the exhale. Breathe in and tilt, breathe out, lift up. Breathe in to lift, breathe out to lower, breathe in, breathe out to release. And you're just going to do one more for me, please, at your level. Once you've completed those, you can carefully just hug your knees in. That is just going to give your back a little bit of comfort. You can gently rock side to side if you want to. Lovely. When you're ready, take the feet back down. Transfer onto the side. Nice straight line. Head rests down on the arm. Hand is there for balance. Point your fingers, point your toes. Core muscles zipped up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift the top leg. Keep it as straight as you can. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out. Raise that top leg. Breathe in to lower. Now both legs are lifted and still. Hand is there for balance. If we don't need it, we're taking it away. You might be able to take it all the way over. Then your last option, arm comes up, fingers point to the ceiling only, and then come back down. We're not allowing that arm to go any further. Just points up and then comes back down. Bottom leg is lifted and still. If it's too much, take that bottom leg down to the floor. Top leg raise. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to release. So I'm going to ask you, please, for 2 more here. Once you've completed those 2, legs together, arm comes back down, gently lower those legs. Core, obliques, lumbar spine, hip, all working together. Bend your bottom leg, sole of the foot in line with the bottom, top leg straight, point your toes straight ahead. So the sole of your foot is facing away. Head rests down on the arm. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise the top leg only. You're going to move from the hip. Breathe in. Breathe out to circle one way. Breathe in, hold. And then breathe out, circle back the other way. Breathe in and hold. Breathe out, circle. Aiming for 5 circles to 1 breath out. So that breathing has to be nice and full, nice and deep. Mobilize around the hip. I'm going to ask you in your 1 leg circle for 1 more rotation. Then you can allow your leg to lower. And if you need to give those hips a little rub, please do. Well done. From here, you're going to carefully bring yourself round into a box position. Knees, hips distance apart. Wrist, elbow, shoulder in a nice straight line. Breathe in round the back into cat stretch. Breathe out and gently release. Breathe in round that spine into cat stretch. Breathe out and gently release. So in your cat stretch, you're going to do 1 more. And release. You're going to sit back on the heels. Stretch those arms out. Good. Walk those hands back towards those knees. Now we're going to be making our way to stand. Don't rush because I don't want you to feel dizzy and clapped. Move closer to something if you need some assistance, okay? Curl the toes under. Push yourself into a crouched position. When you're ready, that's my knee cracking, I don't know if you can pick that up. Place the feet down. And then carefully, like you did at the beginning, tuck the chin in and begin to gently roll up through the back. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Rebuilding that spine all the way to the top. Head and neck raise last. Relax the shoulders down. Now we want to make sure that we still feel balanced and central, okay? We don't want to finish the session feeling lopsided or like we're leaning. Try and engage the core for as much of the day as you can remember. And try and keep that neutral spine in place. So if you're about to cook dinner or do something around the house, just think about that posture. Ask yourself, are my core muscles engaged? Is my neutral spine in place? It should be yes and yes, okay? Lift up onto your toes and balance. And gently release. Lift up on the toes, balance. And release. Just see if you can take 1 foot away and then close your eyes and balance. place that foot down, change sides. Take that foot away, balance, close your eyes if you can. It's a good way of practicing and improving your balance technique there. Is to stand on one leg while you're brushing your teeth. And replace. Well done. Got no balance on that side today whatsoever. Oh dear, always look like I've just been pulled through a hedge backwards when we finish. So that's your Pilates for today. Tomorrow morning we have got HIIT at 10. And then at 4 we've got legs, buns and tums. We've got Pilates again Friday morning at 10 o'clock. Okay? So that's it for today, guys. Well done if you joined in any of the sessions today. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a lovely evening. And I'll see you tomorrow.